Wild situation down in Houston ends in a nearly 6-hour manhunt after a man shoots a deputy, hides in a dumpster, and gets in a shootout with the cops. Let's check it out.
Tonight, a nearly 6-hour intense manhunt for a suspect accused of killing a Brazoria County deputy is over after a K-9 found the suspect hiding in a dumpster.
That led to a shootout that ended with the suspect dead and the K-9 wounded.
We have extensive team coverage for you tonight with more on the deputy, the K-9's condition, and the suspect's violent history. Leading us off is Anayeli Ruiz. You witnessed much of this go down today, Anayeli.
Well, that's right. We were in the same parking lot when the shots rang out. We were actually down that way. Everyone rushed out here to the scene, and this is where it all ended. This was a moment officers rushed to the scene at around 5 p.m. today. Investigators say they shot and killed 56-year-old Robert Lee Davis, the suspect wanted for killing a deputy.
The bad guy was a bad guy. And it's unfortunate that it was a tragic end like this.
It all started at around 11 a.m. when the U.S. Marshals Gulf Coast Violent Offenders Task Force served an arrest warrant at a shopping center off Estella Link near 610. They surrounded this truck Davis was in. Surveillance video shows Davis was the passenger jumping out and allegedly shooting Deputy Jesus Vargas, a 17-year veteran. Davis then ran away.
The driver cooperated. He came back in.
Just a tragic situation. After we play this video, I want to show you how crazy he was.
And got interviewed, so we don't suspect him in any other involvement other than giving the suspect a ride.
Officers searched the area for hours, and witnesses here tell us they saw the suspect as he walked in front of their store, but they never imagined he was still here on the same property. As officers were conducting a second sweep of the area, Rocky, a U.S. Marshal K-9, alerted officers to Davis hiding in a dumpster behind the same shopping center. The guy was hiding underneath trash?
Yes, in a dumpster.
Tons of it.
Tons of it.
And the dog
alerted
and dug in there, and that's when he shot the dog.
Davis shot the K-9 twice. Officers returned fire, killing Davis inside the dumpster. Immediately, they rushed to Rocky's aid, the K-9. A DPS chopper landed nearby to transport Rocky to an animal hospital for treatment.
But when you come in...
That scene right there got to me, seeing the dog like that after being wounded, doing his job, 2 gunshot wounds. But an update has come out, and the dog, the K-9, has survived. He's out of the veterinarian, and he's doing well.
And you try to injure one of us, injure an animal, we're trained to make sure that we take care of business.
We lost a hero today. We almost lost 2.
Well, the medical examiner just arrived less than an hour ago to transport the suspect's body back to their office. As for the officer that was shot today, his body has already been taken to the ME's office. And of course, we're waiting for information pending on those funeral arrangements. Reporting live, Anayeli Ruiz, KHOU 11 News.
Anayeli detailing both the harrowing and devastating day it was. Thank you.
That's just a tragic situation to lose a deputy. But I want to play another video right now. This man was an absolute maniac. Let's check it out.
New tonight, we're learning more about another case involving Robert Lee Davis, the man law enforcement says shot and killed Brazoria County Deputy Jesus Vargas in Houston yesterday. Davis was wanted for an aggravated assault case back in October. Tonight, we're talking to the man who says Davis shot him in a dispute over a truck. And he's sharing his story only with Matt Doherty tonight. Matt?
Deputy Vargas was among a group of officers yesterday morning who were serving that warrant to Davis after he shot a man back in October. We spoke with that man tonight.
That guy was not going to be taken alive.
Mike Howard knew how violent Robert Lee Davis could be months before he shot and killed Brazoria County Sheriff's Office Deputy Jesus Vargas yesterday morning. It started earlier last year when Mike says his ex-wife took his truck to get some brake work done. Although Mike didn't know it at the time, the man who was supposed to be doing the brake work was Robert Lee Davis. Davis was now in a relationship with Mike's deceased brother's ex-wife. Mike later learned Davis sold his truck, so Mike said he wanted.
So his deceased brother's ex-wife is the guy who was doing the work on the truck that his ex-wife picked up. All right.
To press charges.
And then they told me he's wanted in 2 other states. I was like, wow.
After football practice in October, Mike says his son wanted to stop at the 7-Eleven in Iowa Colony to get some Gatorade. As he was leaving the store, Mike says he saw his brother's ex-wife.
He says, that's Corey's brother, that's Mike. And I managed to get on the other side of the door, and he goes, that's Corey's brother? And he pulls the gun out and points it. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. Hey, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening. Hey, what's going on? Hey, so my hands go up. I say, whoa, wait a minute. So I turn to Sierra. I say, Sierra, what's going on? Is this what we're doing in front of the store? You have a gun? She goes, and I say, wait.
What in the world? And that's all you have to say? So you're okay with this maniac pulling out a gun on somebody in broad daylight? So you're just as crazy as he is.
Wait. And then it dawned on me, wait a minute. This might be her husband. This is the guy that possibly stole my truck.
Mike says he turned to tell his son to run. Then he turned back around.
Boom. Gunned me down. I mean, it's by the grace of God, but he was aiming for my back.
But Mike says Davis missed his back, shot him in both of his legs. Then he says he took off. Tourniquets were tied around his legs, and he was life-flighted to the hospital. Mike survived. In the hospital, he says the first face he saw was that of Deputy Vargas.
And he goes, you know what? We're gonna get him.
Eventually, law enforcement officers did get Robert Lee Davis in a shootout with police, but it was after he'd already killed Deputy Vargas. Now Mike says he owes the deceased deputy a debt of gratitude. He says he plans on attending the deputy's funeral specifically to thank the fallen officer's wife and family for what he did for him.
He was...
You know, that's just a tragedy when law enforcement, they're doing their job, and this guy, he's the first guy he sees. And then he goes and serves the warrant. He dies doing that. So I commend this guy going to his funeral, paying homage to him, thanking his family for his service. That's such an honorable thing to do, to go to his funeral.
Serving my warrant, and he died doing his job.
Now, Mike Howard says he saw Robert Lee Davis about a month after he was shot by him at his son's homecoming football game. He says at the time he told police about it, but he isn't sure if they ever tried to find him. Back to you.
Quite a story there, Matt. Thank you. Also
Crazy.
tonight, a memorial is growing for Deputy Vargas in...
That's just a wild situation right there. Now, I watched the initial video of the officers running up on this guy, of the officers pulling up on this guy when he was in the parking lot. So it was one police car that came here, another police vehicle that came from the side while the guy was parked right here. You know, there was somebody in this unit said that this may not have been done properly. That he would have liked to have 4 cars. I forgot what he called it, but you block him in all directions, 1, 2, 3, and 4. It makes it more difficult. It's likely that this was they were not properly prepared for this because of the way it was done. But it's likely this. But either way, it's a tragedy nonetheless. You never want to see this happen to any police officer, anybody in law enforcement doing their job. Thankfully, this man was taken out by the police, and for him, that breaks my heart as well to see a K-9 being shot. He's doing his job as well. Great job to him going in that dumpster, and the employees got lucky because the employees said they were taking trash out throughout. The employees in a restaurant or wherever right there in the shopping center were taking out trash, and they just happened to choose the right one and not choose the one that he was in. They would have been dead as well. So he would have had an officer shot in the head. He would have had potentially lost civilian. The civilian would have had there because he would have started shooting. This guy was not playing games. He would have shot whoever opened that dumpster. He shot the dog. He would have shot somebody else throwing trash away. Yeah, tragic stuff. But Houston's always in the news. Always has something crazy going on. I want to share that with you. It's a big story, and it's a tragedy. But it's very sad that we lost one of ours here in Texas. You never want to see this happen. Thank goodness the dog survived. The K-9 can go back to work. He's out of the hospital and he's doing okay. But my condolences go to the family, his wife and his kids. A veteran just doing his job, and it sounds like he did his job well because they found the guy. So yeah. But all right, guys, like and subscribe. See you next time. Thank you. Take care.